back to what I was saying. I think I might need to speak up because the captions are really stupid. So like with being psychic, it's really weird. Your gifts will enhance, and it's like you'd be thinking it's a different way that, because the way they're portrayed in the media. I don't get visions. I just get mostly feelings, and sometimes I can get because I can't even envision things. I have that thing where you can't envision things. I just get the general idea what it looks like. Some people can be like, you can be like, envision a red apple, and they get the whole damn fucking detailed thing. Me, I'm like, I get the general idea, like the feeling. I don't know. So that's why it's like, oh, I am actually, I guess. Yeah, with reading energy, it's like it's subject to change because you jump timelines, or it can just change. It's not always the same. So like I'm sure I've picked up on that stuff with other people in my family. Like they probably would have passed away on that other timeline that I was picking up on, but they didn't because we switched timelines or whatever. I don't know. But 2 years later, my brother is not here, so I guess I picked up on it. But like that was the beginning of a roundabouts him and his ex's relationship. So she was really not good for him at all. But now, see, I've done a lot of healing, but obviously you never stop healing, and it's hard to keep my. It's just hard sometimes, you know. Like as what I was saying in my written post video, I pick up on stuff, and I'm also used to. I'm also autistic and all that. Like it's really hard for me sometimes to tell if a relationship is toxic or they're genuinely trying and everything. And so sometimes it's just it gets like messy. It gets messy because if you're two people, people are not perfect, and then you get trauma on top of that, so it's gonna be messy. So that's what it is sometimes, especially with my gifts enhancing, and I can feel all of that, what is not being said. I can feel all of the stuff that the other person might not even realize they have going on, because we've all been there. Like before we get to this point, to like a certain point, you're numb to all the feelings, and you don't feel it, because like when you're in survival mode and you're dysregulated constantly, like that's what all you've known. It's not your fault, whatever. You don't feel all this stuff, what your body's like feeling, or you don't even always feel all your emotions. So like I'm more regulated because we're all at different levels of healing, and I'm more in my body, and a lot of people aren't. But then that means that's why I can feel all that stuff. It comes into my body like as if I was the one with that trauma. And I do have my own trauma, but it doesn't affect my body. Like I don't feel it in my body that same way. And it's like, well, how many people did, like I'm sure some people felt mine the same way, and it's like you can't really say anything, and I'm learning how don't say anything because I'm learning how to fucking actually manage it, navigate it. I don't know, because I don't know, like I felt it from my partner, and also felt my mom's, and they both don't know what they're, they don't always, you don't always feel it, like I said, and then can't always bring it up because they'd be like, no, I'm not feeling that way, but it's like, okay, well, I guess I can pretend to, but no. Like, they're not trying to necessarily. They just don't realize that that's there. And that's okay, because that's just the way it is sometimes. Like, I've been there. So it's a fun time trying to navigate this because it can off ground me, it can get me into a BPD episode, it can make me feel like it's all mine, but it's like on fucking crack. Like the intensity is on crack. And it's so bad that it's like, am I gonna survive this? Before I came back here, there was a time I was like literally laying sideways on my chair that I sleep in at my mom's, and I was like, my mom had stayed the night at her friend's that night, and I was like in so much, like I literally feel like my heart was literally broken, and I was like crying in pain. I couldn't move, and I couldn't reach out. Like it took a lot to reach out. Had to force myself to call my partner like 3 times until I woke up and answered, and it was really hard. I don't know. Like we're both still learning, and it's like. Most people have been through a lot of shit. I mean, look at the way everything is. Most people have been through a lot of shit, but like we all deal with it differently, and that's fine. As long as like you're trying, just whatever, you know what I mean. But just be kind. Also, I'm exhausted. I'm used to being left alone. I'm used to complete isolation, and well, I can't be like that if I want different. And I have to learn how to fucking handle it. And all I've ever wanted was somebody to like sit with me and hold me during those times. So yeah, I still feel my own shit. I still have my own healing. I'll get triggered. I get triggered, and all I've ever wanted was somebody to be there and hold me, but I'm not used to it. So the trauma in me is like, get the fuck away from me. This is not safe. But to me, but I really need it. But I really need you. Just in me, I would be confusing, giving really conflicting. I'd be confusing and not not say what I needed, and I didn't know. I'm not used to my needs being met, so also it's scary to be like, this is what I need. And even try to figure out, because, you know, with trauma, childhood trauma, you're used to putting your needs on the back burner, and they don't matter, other people's matter more. So there's that too. So it's like fighting through all this. That, and when you're spiritual or whatever, then you have to worry about people will just be projecting or sending hate or like being like wanting you to fail. So it's like I'm trying to be careful of what I say and what I share, but I'm not trying to be in paranoia, but I want to share. I need to get back to doing this more often because it helps not only me but also whoever needs to hear it. So and stuff, and I'm just still trying to figure out how I can do that. But I did say that, I'm trying to see at the time, damn. I did say that I could do all this stuff around my partner, but like then I feel like I can't because it's not anything, it's nothing he did. It's just what I'm used to, having to hide myself from people closest to me because they were always the ones that were like traumatizing me about it. So